practice floral dissection at home. I am using a needle, a scalpel and a hand lens. But if you do not have a needle at home, you can simply use your compass and it will be as good as this needle. So today we are starting to dissect the flower which is belonging to the family Malvaceae and scientific name is Hibiscus rosa sinensis. So let us start. So if we see the flower, we all know that the flower has 4 whorls. The first whorl is the whorl of sepals, which is called the calyx. Second is the whorl of petals, which is known as the corolla. Third is the whorl of stamens, collectively called androecium. And the fourth is the whorl of carpels, collectively known as gynoecium. So all the whorls are present in this flower, and because of this reason we can call this as a complete flower, alright, or we can also call it the hermaphrodite flower, where both male and female parts are present. So let us see one by one. So when we try to dissect the flower from outside, in this particular flower we see there is an extra whorl. So this is the extra whorl. Whorl outside the calyx or the whorl of sepals is known as the epicalyx. So one by one, when we remove all the epicalyx, we will see that number of epicalyx differs from 5 to 8. In this particular species of hibiscus, we see that there are 6 epicalyx. So we will remove them one by one. Simply by plucking with the help of your fingers, you can remove the epicalyx and you can arrange them on a white piece of flower as I have arranged in this particular manner. Alright, now second whorl, we see that this is the second whorl. The second whorl is known as the whorl of sepals. Now since it is a dicot flower, number of floral parts will be either 4 or 5 or multiples of 5. So in this particular case, we see that number of floral whorls are in multiples of 5. So that's why number of sepals we will find are also 5 in number. Now, one special characteristic you will see that there are 5 sepals, but none of the sepals are free from each other. They are all fused to form a funnel-like structure. So this arrangement where sepals are united with each other is known as gamosepalous condition. So let us make a small incision and let us try to take out the whorl of sepals. Fine. So how? Like simply you can use your finger and you can slowly pull out the outermost whorl. You can use the needle if you get a little bit of obstruction, and you can very easily take out the arrangement of petals. Now, if you see that number of sepals, how many? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sepals. So the calyx has 5 sepals and all the sepals are united with each other. All the sepals are united with each other. So all the sepals are fused. So such a condition is called gamosepalous condition. One more point regarding its estivation is it shows valvate estivation. What is the meaning? Valvate estivation means the edge of one sepal is touching the edge of the other sepal. Clear? So all the sepals are like connected one after the other. There is no overlapping of any kind. So this is the whorl of sepals, which is known as the calyx. Coming to the third whorl, you can see there are 5 petals and you can see this arrangement that the petals are overlapping the other petal. This petal is overlapping this petal is overlapping the other petal and so on. So this kind of estivation where petals or floral parts overlap the other is known as twisted. So it shows twisted estivation. So the petals show twisted estivation. So let us take out the petals one by one. 1, 2, 3. Here, if you would notice, you will find that this is the second whorl. This is the second whorl, corolla. And the third whorl is the whorl of stamens, which is called androecium. Now, in this particular case, you will see that all the stamens are fused together to form one bunch. So this condition is called monadelphous. Fine. And here you can see that the stamens are fused with one another to form a tube. So this tube-like arrangement is called the staminal tube. Now, if you see closely, you will find that the petals are fused with the staminal tube. The petals are fused, you can see, I'm tearing it out of the fusion, that petals are fused with the staminal tube. So such a condition where petals are fused with the staminal tube is known as epipetalous condition. Clear? So in hibiscus we see epipetalous condition. So epipetalous condition, it is termed as the adhesion. Adhesion means how each anther are connected with the other floral part. How the tube, staminal tube is connected with the other floral part, that is the whorl of petals or corolla. So coming to the third whorl. Third whorl is the whorl of androecium. I have already told you all the stamens are fused together to form a tube-like structure, and this is forming the staminal tube. So now let us attempt to remove the staminal tube. So we will make an incision, see carefully, and this incision will follow throughout the entire length of the tube, and if we try to remove it, we will see that the tube comes out very easily. You can expose the tube very easily. So the tube comes out very easily. So this is the tube. I'm trying to expose it and I'm trying to take out the innermost whorl, which is the whorl of gynoecium, comprising of stigma, style and ovary. Okay. So it has come out. So we will talk about it after a while, and gynoecium. But before that, let us see. This is the whorl. So this is the tube, staminal tube. This is the third whorl, staminal tube. So there was a tube-like structure which I have opened and taken out the innermost whorl out of it. Now I have taken out few stamens. You can see that the stamens comprise of the anther and a tube-like structure or the long structure called filament. If you see closely, you will see that the anther lobes look like the shape of the kidney. So such a special shape of the anther is known as reniform. So this is one of the special features of the Malvaceae family, that the anthers are reniform. Now, if you see the innermost whorl, so this is the innermost whorl, which is comprising of stigma, style and ovary. If you see the flower, the carpel or the ovary is having 5 carpels or 5 stigma, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So all these 5 stigma are united. They are united. All the 5 stigma are united to form one style, and the ovary of this kind, where all the 5 carpels are united to form one ovary, such a condition of the ovary is called syncarpous ovary. Such an ovary is known as the syncarpous ovary. Now, if we cut the ovary from within, we will be able to see the ovules. This is just, if we just press it, and if we take few granular ovules can be collected, and I would like to show this to you with the help of, so these are the ovules which can be seen under the microscope, or even with the help of a dissection microscope you can see it very carefully. So this is how the gynoecium looks like. Comprising of stigma, style and ovary. So this is the stigma, this is the style, and this is the ovary. This ovary is syncarpous ovary. Why syncarpous? Syncarpous basically means the carpels are fused carpels. And in this case, hibiscus, there are 5 carpels which are fused. This is the staminal tube. And such an arrangement where all the stamens are fused to form one bunch is known as monadelphous condition.